Hello geeks and gamers, welcome to the third episode of The Lawrence Show. Today I'm going to be talking to you about miniature painting and how to get into that side of the hobby. What is a good way to get into miniature painting? This may surprise you, but I believe the best way starts with a small project. One problem that many mini painters have is that they move the goalposts. They get a box of minis, they paint a load of them, they get discouraged, they lose momentum, and they store that box way in the back of their closet. Unfinished, unpainted, and they're often left with a sour taste in their mouth. You can find plenty of videos online of hobby content creators saying, "Here is my pile of shame." The mountain of plastic in their closet that they've yet to paint. This is due, I think, to the want to buy these start collecting boxes, which frankly won't help you as a hobbyist. Now I know what you're thinking. Wait a minute, this is a start collecting box. Wouldn't the pros know what they're talking about? Well, yes, but the problem with start collecting boxes is they're constantly updated. They're constantly updated, and the novelty of that box that you really want, that say Dominion box or this version of Kill Team, is that the novelty fades. And there is always something shinier coming out this coming month. As a young adult, or just an adult in general, it can be very hard to pass on that new shiny model, or that insta-buy mentality, that fear of missing out. But here is the real secret. You will not miss out. No box of unfinished miniatures will give you the same sense of accomplishment as those select few characters that you have picked out and painted. The good memories that you make painting those small things add up, not to mention your discipline as a painter builds. I'd say, if you want to get into the hobby, if you have yet to purchase a starter set, if you have yet to purchase a single mini, here is a realistic route for you to get involved in the miniature painting hobby. First off, you want to buy a decent set of brushes. Don't overspend on them because you don't know how to use them yet, and you might ruin the bristles with bad technique. Second, I'd buy some brush cleaner. This is the stuff I use. It's B&J brush cleaner and preserver. It cleans oil paint, watercolor, acrylic, stains even. This is the stuff that I would suggest getting. I'd also suggest you buy a Learn to Paint Reaper box set that has an RPG mini that you'd like to use in game. Boom, there you have it. Your first manageable project. Right off the bat, you are in the hobby. Frankly, nobody cares if you paint your first mini badly. It's exactly like starting a YouTube channel, I'm finding out. Which reminds me, please like the video, and if you'd like to see more content, subscribe and hit the bell icon for more notifications. With any project, you just have to start. It's okay to learn things along the way. But I will say, painting something with a multiple function is important. Say, for example, you want to dungeon master, lore master, game master a tabletop RPG with miniatures. You want to go away from theater of the mind and have some representation on the table. Paint stuff that applies to your first game. Get characters, player characters, that you would like to set up. In fact, it can even help to lower costs by asking your players to bring a mini they like. You can make a show of it, going to a game store, even painting together if you guys are all interested in getting into the hobby. If not, they're about $3 or $4. Ask your player if they want to have a miniature on the board. If that's the case, if they get involved in the game, then you can put that character on the board, or at least a best representation of it. There are also websites online that you are able to model a figure, and they will send you that specific personalized model. If you buy a board game with 28mm figures of a wide variety of monsters and heroes, that is a great start. It gives you the variety you need to start your collection and to learn various painting techniques. I'd suggest trying Dungeon Saga by Mantic Games, which has a great spread of minis for an incredible price. It helps that there are a lot of great painting tutorials online to help with that set in particular. But remember, the key is to get started, get your feet wet, starting with your first mini. Prime it with one color, and then add a base coat of colors on top. Your second mini, you could try getting a army painter dip and applying a wash over it to add more to your second mini. Your third mini, you might want to try practicing edge highlighting, just adding a little more detail. You won't be perfect off the bat, but you're building the muscle memory and still getting minis painted and done, ready for the tabletop for your RPG game. In each of these cases, you're getting minis done and you're getting them ready for your game. It helps if you're preparing for DMing an RPG to paint little batches of enemies. My zombies are fully taken care of. I painted them assembly style with each color being implemented at the same time. I got all the elementals I need, and I learned how to wet blend while painting them, based off of a YouTube tutorial. Each mini you paint is a chance to experiment. I used to be scared to experiment, and then I discovered Miscast. Miscast is a great channel that got me past my worrying stage. It's fine to cut up a model 7 ways to Sunday. Piece them together, mix and match what you need, and make something incredibly exciting. This hobby is for you. This hobby is for your friends. So remember, geeks and gamers, build models, build community. Go forth and quest!